Hola, welcome back to part 2 of the First Gen Healing podcast. Yazmin, thank you so much for coming back for part 2. In part 1, she shared that she was following these steps that were kind of presented, I think are presented to so many of us, right? Like, okay, ya hiciste esto, te toca esto. Ya hiciste eso, te toca el otro. And so I think like for her to become the artist that she's becoming, she had to be willing to step outside of that path. And so today that's what we want to share with you guys is maybe some of the behind the scenes or the details of what it took for her um to do that, to express. And one of the things you had mentioned is like using or giving your experiences a voice, right? So we got to hear about your experiences in part 1, and now we get to hear how do you start giving them a voice? How do you start expressing when maybe for some time you were suppressing?
I feel the calling to really speak of this year, todo lo que me pasó. I'm like, I know we said one thing, but then like what really has defined me is what happened this year with me. Um, I grew up with a very ¿cómo se dice? I recognize that my parents, and this can relate to a lot of first gens, is they grew up very different than us.
Mm-hmm.
So the things like they never took the time to heal because they had to survive. So in that process, a lot of it is very explosive, very
Mm-hmm.
numb. So they have all these pent up emotions that we trying to figure out how to survive in that, we choose to numb it and be like, we're okay, we're fine, apariencias y todo. And this year has really been eye opening because I took a step back and I was like, I'm numbing this. I'm really numbing all of this. And why am I numbing? Like, let me take a moment and really like process this. Todo
Mm-hmm.
mi experience, everything that I have done is it it's okay to like como dije in the previous one that yes, we are not in control in like the trauma that we have and what that we've experienced, but it's I'm 33, like this I'm responsible for this. I'm responsible what I'm projecting to my children. What I'm responsible for myself in general. And art really came into my like to my side to for my way of expressing myself in todo. And I like what you said, coming into it as a community and saying
Mm-hmm.
that like we have had all these experiences, but it really doesn't define us, and we can heal and we can nurture, and it takes time. And I'm I'm proud, and it's hard trying
Yeah.
because everybody's like, I'm healing, and I was like, okay, why? Like healing is hard. Like catching yourself and saying, okay, why did this trigger me? What's going on? Small one is the holidays. The holidays are very triggering because holidays uh, are parties. Parties for my brain is violence because that's when
Mm-hmm.
majority of the fights and everything had happened. And I realized that this week actually I was like, oh my god, this is why this is why I hate the holidays, maybe because they trigger me. They
Yeah.
These things trigger me. And um I'm going at it like it's okay. It's okay to feel this way and feel todo, pero okay, let's do it a different way this year. What can
Mm,
you feel safe, but
mhm.
also festive for your children?
Yeah.
And I'm proud that this is the first holiday season that it's really I'm enjoying it, and I hope that's what like my art is also being displayed, and that's what motivates me, just that hope and that bringing everybody together and being like, you're enough.
It's so interesting when I chose to do a part 1 and part 2 for the podcast. What I realize sometimes is that so many of us are embody the protection of the reputation of the family, or
Mm,
embody the protection of our own selves. So we do say, for example, oh, I had, really loving parents or supportive. And that is part of the truth. But what I've noticed is like in the part twos of us is we deepen in a little bit more, right? We're able to sit back a little bit
mhm,
more because so many of us walk around with that like must protect, must survive, must be okay with everything that happened to me and thrive and succeed. Like we put so much pressure on ourselves. And so I'm really grateful that you're allowing us to like get beneath that layer just a little bit more and understand that it isn't easy, that saying I'm healing. I know, like for me, I'm so used to talking about healing and awakening, but I do understand how much it takes to bring awareness to the things that we've normalized for so long. So for you, for example, it sounds like maybe holidays, maybe it's something where we know, like, I have been in those holidays and we get swept up in the routine of it all. And when we shed some light though, when we're shedding light on ourselves, on our triggers, on everything, it can be like, "Whoa, this is no longer working for me." And
yes.
potentially it feels easier to just get swept back in. But what does it look like to reimagine my holidays or reimagine my birthday? What does it look like to say, hey, I don't want to participate this time? And everything that comes with that. Porque it's not always just you say that and everyone applauds you, like, oh my God, good job for doing better for yourself. It's like, ay, quien se cree, que dará, right? And ya no somos suficiente.
Oh
So
my goodness,
it's so
yes.
layered.
It's really
It's
it,
so
and it's
layered.
being not able to, because that guilt trip, whew, that was one of the ones that I had to like reparent and restructure in my head, because ¿qué van a pensar? Like,
Yeah.
¿qué van a pensar? Like, what is this? And it's just like, I don't care. Like, I'm just at a point where I'm just like, it's so exhausting trying to
Yeah.
fit into one, and it's just like, it's you take a moment where, is it bringing value to my life or is it taking?
Mm,
And
mhm.
that was really something that I noticed this year, and setting that boundary with myself, like, hey, I can't make it. I can't make it because X, Y, and Z. And having that as an answer and not having to like, oh, and because of this and because of that, and like over explaining yourself. And it's just like, no, I
Right.
can't. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah.
and being okay with that and saying like, hey, this is what it is. I have 3 kids. I have a small business. It things happen, and
Yeah.
setting that boundary and being okay with it and standing on that and being like, hey, this is what's working. This is what I'm doing in my life. And you're not going to understand. And I think that's what, I can't say the word of it, entrepreneur life.
Entrepreneur? Uh-huh.
There you go.
Entrepreneur.
That kind of mindset, a lot of people don't understand, because they're like,
Mm.
oh, se cree ahora, because está haciendo todas estas cosas and she's online and que se cree un influencer, or she wants to be an influencer.
Mm.
And it's like, no, like if you're not, like if you don't get it, like that's okay. Like being
Yeah.
comfortable in that uncomfortableness. And it takes time.
Yeah. It does. And yeah, exactly. I think like it sounds like you're starting to put up a scale, right? Like, is this giving or is it taking? Is it worth it or is it not? And I think it's really hard for us to take out that scale and think that our truth or our reality is worth standing behind, because I imagine even just like we spent a whole hour with you and we talked about like the story of you moving to Mexico, your parents working really hard for you to come back. So of course, a lot of our familial story and background hold a lot of weight, of sacrifice, of seeing, yes, there is a lot to be grateful for. But I think, I don't know if I mentioned it in the last episode or off camera, but it's valid to hold gratitude and still set boundaries. It's valid to um, say this isn't working for me anymore. I need it to be a little bit different. I'd love to engage, but can we engage in this way? And yeah, and unfortunately, it's not always like well received. But I love that you're like looking at your art and looking at what you're doing and feeling like, and your children, right, and your marriage. And I think it como it reallocates your energy in ways that serve you now, and I think that's beautiful.
Yes, I like that. That no longer serves me. That really was with alcohol because
Mm,
the reason I drank era para convivir. Like
yeah.
again, back to that's the expectation. We're all estamos conviviendo, estamos tomando, everybody's doing it. But I got out of that and was like, ya no quiero convivir. Like that's not
Mm,
serving me. It's just giving me
mhm.
hangovers. It's triggering my like todo lo que me ha pasado, and it no longer serves me. And I thought it would be a
Mhm.
little harder to give up. I was like, oh, alcohol, alcohol. But when you've taken that out, it's been nice. I enjoy it,
Mhm.
and I like when I go to events to network y
Mhm.
todo. Like people are drinking and everything, and I'm like, okay, like it's okay. Like for please drink. Like if you drink, go ahead. Like it's not. I'm not saying like, oh, you shouldn't drink or da 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 da. But para mí, I'm like, no, no, thank you. Like I'm okay. Like
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
still want to like convivir, pero I'm not gonna engage.
Yeah. Hmm. I
So
can
and it's
relate to that. And I wonder what it's going to turn into as time goes by for you, because I think so it was about 5, 6 years ago that my body rejected alcohol, where like I knew I didn't want to just like drink at all anymore.
mm,
And it's so interesting to witness people's different reactions to it, because some people, like you said, lo hacen por convivir. Some people, like everyone uses it for different reasons. But what I have found interesting is that as the years have gone by and like and I don't like at all, right? No tomo casi nada. My sensitivity has also increased. And in this work that I do now, I'm like so grateful for it, for a clean channel, because it allows me to download, it allows me to, I think like as an empath, like, feel good in exchanging energy in ways like this, like the podcast. And
mhm.
I wonder, like, have you noticed a shift in you doing art? Because we think maybe these things aren't connected, but then we recognize they kind of are. Who we are
Yeah,
and what we create is all connected.
yeah. And I love that, and I wanna look into it a little bit more, downloading. I
Mhm.
never didn't know that was a thing. Like, I
Okay.
didn't really even know that was a thing until, like, this summer, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." Like, that happens to me all the time. But I didn't realize it had a name to it, and,
Mm, mhm.
yeah, it being more present for it and engaging with it. And like I said, like when I do get that inspiration to create something, I sketch it out really quick. Like I have like little journals everywhere, and I sketch it out just to like have it physically there, and then
Mhm.
I can come to it a little bit later. And like I'm currently working on some new things, and also being okay with it takes time. Like artwork
Yeah.
in general, it takes time. Like I'm not a corporation,
Mhm.
I'm one person. That's why it
Yeah.
takes me just like a year to be able to like process, like make all of these, and then like the whole business side of it as well. And
Mhm.
being accepting that like you're okay, like you're not a corporation, you're not going to be pumping out new things every single day.
Right.
um and I love that. I love that it connects with people. Like I've been like slowly showing what I have, and like I
Mhm.
already have people that are like, oh, I want one, like please, I saved that, I want it. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, just subscribe here and make sure when I drop them I'll let you know. And it's nice, it's a
Mm.
nice feeling where it's like, okay, it's connecting, it's doing its purpose. It's connecting with
Yeah.
people. And it's healing, and it's healing me, and it's providing that same nurturing um, energy. I went to a gallery event, and this lady, I showed her my artwork because she puts up galleries and like pinturas and todo. Y dice, your artwork reflects nurturing. Like I didn't say
Ooh.
anything to this lady. I didn't explain anything to her. I just showed her my work. I was like, "Hi, nice to meet you. I'm an artist." Da, 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 da. And I showed her some of my work on my tablet, and she goes, "Ooh, it's nurturing. You're giving mother."
Mm.
I'm like, "What?" Yeah, she's like, "You're giving nurture, like mother nurturing. It's very
Mhm.
everything."
That's
Like I have
beautiful.
like, oh, she's like, I I'm giving an image of hugs, like, and I was like, "Oh my god,
Mm.
stop." I was just like, "That's what it is. That's what I'm hoping. It's nurturing."
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Well, I do want to make sure that I ask you the resource questions as we wrap up. I know this episode was a little bit shorter. Um, but I think like I said, I'm grateful that we got to do a part 2 just to deepen into a little bit more of your story and then what it takes, right, to be able to express yourself. And sometimes like it takes being willing to be the odd one out. It takes being
Yeah,
willing to take your energy from nurturing others maybe to now nurturing your art or nurturing
yes.
others through your art. But it's like now it's through you, it's through your full cup or through what you're doing. So I think that's so beautiful. And so for those people that are listening to your story and want to know maybe what is a book that you read that was really helpful for you.
I have a few here, but one of the big ones, the first official book that I was like, "Wow, this even if you're not an artist, every creative in general should read this book because it gives you that, what is it called, the not opportunity but freedom of just going for it. I think that's what really is the first step in taking a journey in any kind of entrepreneur kind of lifestyle. It's just
Mhm.
going for it, being free, and being like, I can do this. And it's Big Magic.
Big
I love this book.
magic. Yeah.
Big Magic by Elizabeth
Okay.
Gilbert. She's the Eat, Love, Pray um lady. I've never read that one, but I read this one.
It's so
This one
good.
caught my eye. Oh, and then I
Mhm.
have a picture of when I was in Mexico. How funny!
Oh, wow.
In Mexico. I just found it right now.
Yes.
But
Hmm.
that's a big one. This one's a big one because it
Big
really is
magic.
just gives you the freedom of just, as an artist, you're always comparing yourself, and you're always like, am I enough? Am I enough to do this? And once you find that, that's it. You're there, baby. Like you just go for it. And then finding like what is my art style? I think that's one of the biggest questions and biggest ones that
Mhm.
you have to find an art style. You have to find an art style. And it's like you are the art style. Like you can do it. I believe in you. You can do it.
Yay, we believe in you. Okay, and then lastly, what is maybe a journal prompt or a question that we can leave the listeners with?
If you could talk to your inner Nina or your
Mm.
past self, what would you tell her? Like oh, that one where it's like have a coffee with your inner Nina or like your younger
Yeah,
self.
yeah.
Oh, I did that. Oh,
Uh-huh.
it was I sat
Powerful,
down
right?
with my 17-year-old version.
Mm.
I
My
just like
gosh.
I talked to her and
Yeah.
it was very I want to tear up. It was very nurturing. It was a very I recommend that experience because
Mhm.
you that whole episode and todo lo que me pasó, it was a
Yeah,
lot. And taking a moment again, I'm 33 years old and it's still that happened to me when I was 17 and it still comes back.
yeah.
And having that vulnerability and being like, this happened to me and we're okay. Like we're okay. Like
Mm.
giving her a
Yeah,
hug and being like, you if I could just you're gonna be okay. Like you're gonna be okay, mama. Like just keep going. Just put more faith in yourself.
yeah.
Not external validation, but in yourself. That would
Mm.
be really my journal prompt and
Yeah. That's
advice.
your prompt for for this episode, you guys. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for for allowing us to hear more about your story. You guys have to check out her art. For one, if you're not watching the video version of this, you can't see her beautiful art behind her, but I'll for sure link everything, all of your socials and your website in the description. And again, thank you so much. I hope that you guys
You,
share this episode with whoever you think would be helpful. And other than that, we hope you have a good rest of your day. Thank you.
thank you. Bye.
Bye.